Hey, what's going on? What's going on, beautiful people? How y'all doing out there, world? So, welcome to the gospel of Jermaine Glass. Listen, I think it's so important what I'm about to talk about right now. I guarantee you, watch this to the end, you're going to realize something. You're going to get something from this so powerful. And what I want to discuss right now, you never know your purpose. You never know how your purpose will serve others and yourself, right? So I was just sitting here reminiscing about um, something that happened with me a long time ago, right? So I'm from the country. I grew up in the church, literally. My grandma used to take me to church 5, 6 days a week. I don't know how she always found all these different events to go to, but I'm in a church. I used to follow Christianity. I no longer follow that. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. And I'm that way because I've gotten a deeper understanding of knowing myself and just other things in general. So, with that said, my religion, if you just need some type of religion, is peace, love, and happiness. That's what I practice. That's what I believe in. That's what I follow. Now I've been at more peace since then. However, back to the subject at hand. So this one time, a long time ago, right? I woke up on a Sunday to go to church, and it was just on my mind. Um, wear some flip flops, some padded pants, and a polo shirt, right? And the type of church that I grew up in was Kojic and Pentecostal church. So they got all these different strict rules, and you need to come a certain way and different things. But that day, I'm like, this is what I need to do. So I did it. And I walked up in Sunday school, and immediately when I walked in, I can see the look of disapproval on people's faces. Like, some even came up to me like, "What are you wearing? Why you come to church like that, looking like this?" I said, "Well, um, y'all should be worried about my soul, not about what I'm wearing. So you tell people all the time, come as you are, because you should be more concerned about my soul and how I'm living as an individual." So that's what I did. And as when in Sunday school, my pastor at the time called me in the back to talk to me. I was a young man. He's like, "Hey, listen, I see you out here. I see that a lot of the youth and they look up to you. I can see that you're a leader amongst them, and you coming to church like this, it's that's not a good example. I need you to be a leader." And okay, I'm sitting back because a lot of time people, everything don't deserve a reaction. So I'm listening. I'm taking in everything, saying, "Oh, like, okay, cool." So afterwards, went back out, and they usually wanted me to speak on the lesson at Sunday school. And just so happened that day, the lesson was about John the Baptist and how it spoke on how John the Baptist, who baptized Jesus, and he was a rabbi, how he was different from all the other rabbis. He didn't dress like them, he didn't follow all their traditional practices, but yet he played such a significant role in Jesus' life, right? Baptized, only person that baptized him, right? And while I was discussing that, amongst the congregation, that's when I stopped because it hit me what was my purpose for that day. And it just so happened the lesson was about John the Baptist, who was different from all the other rabbis, and how they didn't approve of a lot of stuff he did, but yet he played such an important role in baptizing Jesus and the Bible, right? So that's what I told them. Same thing I said, just how John the Baptist was different. I come here today wearing this, and I've had more people concerned about my outfit than how I'm actually living, than my actual soul, how I am as an individual, as a person. And yet, This is the main thing that turned people away from churches, because they feel like if they come to the church, they're gonna be judged by people, which is what's occurring right now. This is exactly what's happening. And I said, I woke up this morning and the Lord laid on my heart to come to church like this. And as soon as I said that, the pastor interrupted me. He said, everything that talk to you ain't God. I said, oh, I see, he must don't realize I'm a fool in real life. And when I stand for something, it's not out of just, any and everything. I stand for something, I truly mean it. So that's what I told him. I said, well, if everything that talk to me isn't God, why should I believe you when you sit up here and tell the congregation that the Lord laid on your heart all this other different type stuff? So if everything that talk to me ain't God, everything that talk to you ain't God as well. And then, everyone congregation was like shocked, like, oh, you talk to the pastor like this. I told him, I said, you're not no holier than thou. You're not above me. Nobody in here is not without sin. So how dare you sit here and try to tell me what I'm doing is wrong? You know? So continued on, and I told the congregation, I say, see, this is the problem. I don't come here pretending to be something I'm not. I know that I'm a sinner. I plan on doing a bunch of stuff when I leave from here. But a lot of you come here and you pretend like you're holier than the other person, and you judge them, and you look down on them, talk down on them, but yet you talking about you concerned about saving people's souls when you're just pushing them away, turning them away. And that's the problem that needs to change. But after I got through my spiel, I sat down. My cousin, she got up, she clapped, because she knew what had happened needed to happen, and it touched her. Because, by the way, like my church, like women weren't allowed to wear pants there. I know some of you, if you watch it to this point, you're like, oh, that's crazy. But no, you had to wear dresses or skirts or something. You couldn't wear pants. And I tell you what, after that next Sunday, my cousin who got up and clapped for me, she came to church in some pants, walked in proudly. And the other people, they looked like they wanted to say something to her. But she knew, oh, what had just occurred before, you sit here gonna judge me about what I'm wearing rather than my soul? No. Be concerned about who I am as a person, as the individual. So, long story short, people, that day, I didn't know what was my purpose or why I particularly need to do this one thing, but it needed to be done. And a lot of times there's a lot of things that occurs in our lives that's ongoing, and people just keep going with it because they be like, oh, that's just the way it is. No. Some things, when they're not right, they're not right. And you need to stand up and make a stance to make a change. Even if it costs, means you got to sacrifice something, give up something. The world never improves without sacrifice. So the question is, are you willing to fulfill your purpose and make that sacrifice? So listen, people, that's the end of my spiel right now for the day, and the gospel of Jermaine Glass. And like always, people, and I do mean always, I wish you nothing but peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy your day.